Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Renee. I hope you're having a very blessed day today. So today we are continuing on in Romans. And today the verses I am focusing on is actually Romans chapter 8, verses 18 through 30. This one is talking about the future glory. So I'm going to read it and then we will start crafting. I'll show you what we're going to be doing today. So it says in chapter 8, verse 18, "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us." Oh my gosh, y'all, I love that. I just love that anything that we're going through now, it's just a small drop in the bucket compared to the future glory that we have in store. "For the creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the sons of God. For the creation was subjected to futility, not willingly, but because of him who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be set free from its bondage to corruption and obtain the freedom of the glory of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation has been groaning together in the pains of childbirth until now. Not only the creation, but we ourselves, who have the first fruits of the Spirit, groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for adoptions as sons, the redemption of our bodies. For in this hope we were saved." So what this is saying essentially is, since the beginning of the creation of the world, since Adam sinned, we all have that sin nature in us. And not only us, but even like the earth groans in the corruption of evil. The earth is waiting for the new heavens and earth that God is going to establish in the end times, as well as our bodies. We have the sin nature. We're slowly dying every day. I mean, that's a sad thing to think about, but we are. And, we're decaying. But one day we're going to have that eternal glorification of our bodies, right? And so that's kind of what we're waiting for. And so it says, "For in this hope we are saved." Now, hope that is seen is not hope, for who hopes for what he sees, right? When you hope for things, it's something that you don't see. But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. And along with this hope, it comes with, we are trusting God. Like, we have that trust of God in that hope of ours. And so it says, "Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we don't know what to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words." So sometimes we just don't know what to pray for, right, y'all? And sometimes all we can do is just lay on the floor and cry. I mean, I've had days like that where I have just laid on the floor and cried. And I'm like, "God, I don't even know what I can even pray for right now." But the Spirit knows, and the Spirit can pray for me, right? So again, that's putting my trust in the Lord, knowing that he knows fully exactly what I need, right? "And he who searches hearts," God, "knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God." God, the Spirit, Jesus, they're all one. They all know what they're thinking, right? And so he searches our hearts. He knows what's in our hearts, whether we can speak it or not. "And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose." A lot of you know this verse. It says, everything will work out for good. You hear that a lot in the world. Oh, everything's for the best. Everything works out for the good for those who love and trust God, right? But this is where that verse comes from. "For those whom he foreknew," so God knew us before we were even born, "he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son." So we are slowly becoming more like Jesus as we grow closer to God, in order that he might be the firstborn among many brothers. "And those whom he predestined, he also called." So God called us. "And those whom he called, he also justified. And those whom he justified, he also glorified." So it's like a process. He calls us, he justifies us, he glorifies us, he predestines us. I mean, it's like this progression. I love it. And if you don't understand those words, do a word study. And just that verse alone has got, the predestination, the justification, the glorification. If you want to look up foreknew, and he's conforming us to the image of his Son. I mean, there's so many word studies that you can take just from these two verses. But this whole section to me really means to me that I am trusting God. I am trusting him with my future, my present, my taking care of my past. I'm trusting him knowing that day by day I am becoming more sanctified. Day by day, I am coming closer to that glorification of my body. Day by day, I'm growing closer to him. I'm growing closer to my predestination of being an heir with Jesus. I mean, I'm already an heir with him, but like I'm getting to that point where one day I will be able to rest in the fullness of that glory, in the fullness of being an heir with Jesus up in heaven, right? Or on the new earth. And same with the earth here. The earth is waiting for that day. So this page is going to just be called Trusting. This is also, okay, so I'm taking a poem that Diane Noble, well, actually, it's a hymn. It's from a hymn. But Diane Noble, one of our teachers in our Embracing God's Word Bible Study Facebook group, she put in our study. And so what I did is I printed it out here on vellum. And it says, this is an old hymn. It says, simply trusting every day, trusting through a stormy way, even when my faith is small, trusting Jesus. That is all. It's as simple as that, trusting Jesus. Trusting as the moments fly, trusting as the days go by, trusting him whatever befall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Brightly doth his spirit shine into this poor heart of mine. While he leads, I cannot fall, trusting Jesus, that is all. Singing if my way be clear, praying if the path be drear, like when we don't know what to pray for. If in danger, for him call, trusting Jesus, that is all. Trusting him while life shall last, trusting him till earth is past, till his gracious advent call, trusting Jesus, that is all. And that's kind of what this means to me too. Like the earth is passing away. We're passing away. We're trusting Jesus as the days go by. We just need to put our trust in him, right? And so I just printed this out on vellum, and I'm going to do a little tip in here and put that in here. But I'm going to put that to the side right now because I'm not going to do that as of yet. But she also talked about in Romans 12, so let's look there real quick. Verse 1 and 2, these were one of the first verses I actually memorized when I was a Christian. And verse 12, verse 1 says, I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. This is how we worship God, right? Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. And in order to be a living sacrifice, really, that is putting our full trust in the Lord again. It's all about trust, y'all. If we don't trust God, we're not going to live according to how he wants us to live. If we don't trust him, I mean, you can think about that. If you have trust issues, you really that puts a barrier between you and whoever it is that you have trust issues with, right? And I know a lot of you have had issues in your past, have issues with maybe your father. So when we say Jesus or God is our father, that pulls that trusting, all of a sudden we freeze up and we're like, ugh, I don't know if I could trust him as my father because I never had like a good father figure or whatever it may be. But being fully committed to God means we really do need to put our trust in him and just know he's got us. He's got us, y'all. He's got us. I love that. So yeah. No more preaching for me today. So we're going to do a page on trusting. I am using, this is a His Palette printable. And this was from, I think it was called Worship Time or Quiet Time. Worship Time or Quiet Time. But this is in her store of His Palette. I'm going to be using some transfer black rub-ons, some gelatos, some washi tape to tape in my poem, some stickers, and I don't know, maybe some ink. And then, some stencils and some modeling paste. So we're gonna have a little bit of a fun, another messy day today. So I'm gonna roll up my sleeves because I know they're gonna get into everything. So the gelatos I picked, I have this this one, and these are called Brights. It comes in a package like this. These I got from Michael's. They do get a little bit pricey, but if you save up, wait until you get like a coupon from Michael's, like a 40% off coupon or whatever. Looks like this. It comes in a container like this. 15 pieces by Faber-Castell. But I picked out the pinks, 2 different pinks, and the purples. And what I'm going to do is I have this Let me grab. I have this makeup brush, and I got like a set of these from Amazon, all different sizes. I love these for smearing things on. I did prep my page with some clear gesso just because I will be doing a lot of stamping and such. And so really what I'm going to do is I'm putting a bunch of this gelatos onto my brush, and we are just gonna smear it on, y'all. We're gonna, and sorry y'all, I'm probably shaking the camera, but I'm gonna do different sections of this color right now. I like using these makeup brushes for this kind of blending, just because it kind of gives it like a cloudy, ethereal feel to it, I guess. You could wipe them on and then wipe them with a like wet paper towel or a baby wipe or something like that. But I like, it gives this, by using these, it gives it like a cloudy feel. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but you can kind of see, I like how it gives this kind of faded out feel. I don't know. I don't have the technical terms, y'all. I'm just saying that I like the way it looks, essentially. I like the way it looks, and that's why I do it. So we're gonna continue it on to this page. I always like continuing on. I keep curling this page over right there. And then just kind of bring it out, fade it out a little bit. Let's try and think where else. Maybe a little bit down here. Again, I always seem to do 3s on each page. I don't know why. It literally is a subconscious thing. Now that I see it, I got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That might be like my graphic design background coming out, because I guess it's the law of 3s or whatever. I don't know. Don't know. Okay, so let me see what else. I had this other pink. I might do. It's almost the same. It's just a very lighter hue, I guess. It's almost the same color. And it doesn't hurt that, I mean, it doesn't, I used the same brush, so the colors are probably mixing a little bit. You can see it's just a little bit of a different hue of pink. And I just like, you know, adding some different colors. It gives it another dimension, I guess, and gives you some contrast and dimension, I guess, or just not dimension, but just contrast the colors. You get, you know, a different kind of shade going on each side. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I hope you can. You can see it in real life a lot better, probably. But I just like adding a couple different colors to it. So cute. Okay, I don't know where I put my cover on this. I threw it somewhere. Or it fell on the floor. One of the two, y'all. Oh, well, I'll put it over here. I'll find it eventually. Oh, wait, here it is. Oh my gosh, my desk is a pit, y'all. It's a pit. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe this off. Okay, I do have, let's see, I have this stencil. I've used this before. And what it was just a piece of paper. So it's like a heavier cardstock paper, but I'm using it as a stencil. It was a 12 by 12 sheet. As you can see, I've used it as a stencil multiple times before. And so I'm going to take this pink and purple. we're gonna kind of do a little bit of both. Let me see which pink. I think I'm gonna do this pink. And I'm gonna do some stenciling. So I'm gonna make sure I hold this. And then where'd that purple go? I don't mind if I mix the colors a little bit because I want them to kind of blend into each other. Ooh, look at that purple, I love that. I want some darker areas, some lighter areas. And actually, I am going to do the purple over some of these pink areas as well. And I'm going to keep some white areas, so I don't want all of it to be stenciled. I just want the stencil to kind of come in and out. Of this. And it'll be a surprise when we take the stencil off. It always is, right, y'all? It's always a surprise. Let's see. Let's do some up here. So I'm doing the purple over the pink. I'm also doing the purple in just some general areas. And then I'll go back to the pink. We'll do some light there. Some light there. Okay, let me hold this down still because I want to go back to the pink here. Kind of fade that out. I'm just shifting that a little bit. I'll go up here. Just do a little light there. Okay, let's lift that. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Okay, I'm gonna shift this over here now. And then let's do some pink. So I love how it's like kind of fading in and out. Actually, let's do some pink right through here. Have it touch a little bit right there. Yeah. And then, okay. Let me make sure that, there we go. That lines up a little bit. And then I'm gonna do some purple over this pink right here. Okay, oh, look how pretty that is. I love it. Love it. Okay, so let's put these away. I just like the contrast of the purple on top of the pink. Okay, so this can go away now. And that can go away. And then I have this little stencil thing here. And I want to use some white modeling paste or texture paste or whatever you have. And I am going to do that. But let me see where we're gonna put this girl here. So I'm thinking she's gonna kind of go like right there. Or somewhere around here. So let's see if we do, I wonder if I should glue her down first and have some of this coming on top of her. That might be cool. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna glue her first. Oops. Y'all know that. That's my word. Oops. All the time. Okay, so actually, if I remember correctly, she was facing this way on the printable. And on my computer, when I size and resize, I goof around on my computer and I take the image and I'm like shrinking it, you know, moving it around, and I can flip it. You can mirror it. So I wanted her facing the scripture versus like, you know, facing out of the book. But you actually, now that I like see, like she could be facing out like she's trusting God for the future or whatever. Here I had it like she's trusting God, and so she's you know, focusing on the scripture. So either way, but I really wanted her, I guess, facing the scripture for this one. But that's how I flipped her. So if y'all are like, well, my girl's facing the other way, well, it's because I flipped her. I mirrored her on my computer. So you can do that if you know how to do that. I have a program. It's like a, oh, I don't know. It's like an arts program, I guess, on your computer. It's not that big of a program. You can only do certain things with it. I'm gonna move my scissors right there. Okay, so we're gonna put her down, and then I am going to take this and my modeling paste and my palette knife. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of it, and again, I love this stuff. It looks like marshmallows. Every time I open it, I wanna eat it. And I say that every time. I know y'all are probably sick of me here, sick of hearing me say that, but it's true. It's so true. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this very carefully because I want it to be perfect. Well, you know, I want these to come out perfectly, these, without me shoving them under. And the thing with texture paste is you don't need a lot of it. Oh, hope that. We'll see if it worked. Yes. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is take this, because sometimes it gets underneath, so I want to wipe it off so it doesn't go under. With a stencil like this that's very delicate, or you know, you've got like small little spots and you want the spots to turn out really well, you want to be careful that you don't shove it in so hard that it goes through the stencil and like bunches up underneath the stencil. Does that make sense, y'all? So I kind of clean it off after each one, just because trying to decide where I want these. Well, I know for a fact that I want some over here, so let's. Now I'm trying to think the best way to work. It would probably be easier to work from this side out. Sometimes I just pick a spot and then I want to go in and do other ones, and you've got to be careful because then you might squish that one with your stencil. So I'm trying to figure out the best places. A lot of this might get covered too. I'm trying to, I don't remember what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to do some rub-ons along this, and so I'm wondering if these, let's put some up here. Okay, I'm going to try not to squish that part. So I'm going to hold it up like this. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put these too. We'll put it right there. There we go. Let's put, again, try not to squish it. Put some right here. You can do it quickly, just kind of smear it in. Just again, don't press so hard that it goes underneath, or hold your stencil down really well. Oh, I love that. And I'm gonna put some right here, so I gotta be careful. Ooh, there we go. And maybe just a little bit right here. We'll see how it works with my rub-ons that I want to put over here. It might mess that up, but we'll see. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a little bit more out of here. And let's do some on this side. I'm gonna run my finger along the back to make sure none of it's coming through. So y'all, I am so busy right now. I am in the middle of researching and writing my next book, getting ready to travel, trying to do all of these pages and keep up with my Bible journaling group and keep up with my junk journaling. And y'all, just so you know, like, right now I'm kind of swamped. I'm going crazy right now. So if I'm slowing down on junk journaling for a little bit, that's why. Just I'm in the middle of researching and writing a book, and that takes a lot of time. And I'm trying to keep up with, you know, like all this. And I was so honored, you know, that Charlene from one of my groups asked me to kind of be like an ambassador for her and use her printables and give you guys the discount code for that. And so I want to make sure that I honor that and get those pages, do those and get the pages done and show y'all them, because she's got some great stuff. Oh, I don't want to squish that. And so I really want to make sure I do that as well. So y'all, if you see that you're like, you know, like, why is she not doing so many junk journals right now? Or why is she slowing down on this? That's why. It's just, I'm a little swamped at this moment. And it's just, you know, stages of life, and we'll get back to it eventually. But it's just right now, like, yeah, my days are flying by so fast. I can't even breathe at this point. Like, I can't, you know, I blink and it's already dinner time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about dinner yet. And my husband's coming home, and he never asks like what's for dinner, but you know, I want to make sure that I'm feeding him. So trying to get all that done, as well as, you know, all the other stuff I got to do. So that's what's going on with me. Staying extremely busy. We're getting ready to go on another trip. A lot of it's for work, for either my husband or myself or both. We try to combine our work schedules. And that's what we've been doing. So, okay, I'm gonna blow this. Okay, let's dry this, because I really can't do anything else until this is dry. So let me pull this over here. Ooh, I love it. It's just really, really tiny and small, these little textures, but it just gives the page, again, something else. I love that. And I like going over her with it. Kind of like she blends into it all. And of course I used all my favorite colors, you know, the pinks and purples. As I flip through the Bible, I find that a lot of my pages use those same colors. I tend to go with the same colors a lot, but you know, it's what makes me happy. So those are the colors I always gravitate to. And I love the purple. Purple is the royal color. It symbolizes royalty in the Bible. Okay, let's make sure these are dry, because I gotta do my rub-ons over them. So anytime you're using texture paste, you want to definitely make sure it's dry. So you might want to leave your Bible open when you're done, and not close it, because it still might be a tad wet or damp or something, and your pages will stick. So make sure you leave your page open when you're done with it for the day, and let it sit there for maybe a couple hours or something. Ooh, that is hot. Let me see. It's pretty dry. You shall see. Okay. So let's see. I have these rub-ons. These are transfer, they're called rub-ons or transfers, or you know, they're things that you rub onto your page. And so I'm trying to figure out where I want to put all these. I think that's gonna like kind of go onto that page. Maybe like here, have it, do you want it like that? Yeah, kind of swirling out that way. This will go on this side perhaps. I think so. Oh yeah, y'all don't let me forget to put my poem in here too. We got to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my, you need any kind of like burnishing tool for your rub-on. So now let's see how this is going to work. So it comes with a backing like this. You gotta be careful not to touch this stuff because this stuff will probably come off on your fingers. So figure out where you want to put it. And then once you get it down, you take your burnishing tool and you rub it on. Now see, this is going over, I've got lumps up here because of that texture paste. So we'll see how it works. So if you're going over the texture paste, the lumps, you might want to rub down a little bit harder to make sure that it's going to adhere to wherever it is that you want it to adhere to. And you can kind of tell when it's going down because see how it turns colors like that? See? It separates itself from this vellum paper that it's on, or this plastic that it's on. Some rub on very easily. Some of these I've had for a long, long time and they take a lot harder. This one's rubbing off very easily. And you can tell the pieces that you missed because it's dark. Oops, it's going right off the page, so we'll just... And again, here's the texture paste. So I'm gonna make sure, let's see how it sticks to the texture paste. So that one did not come off right there. And then you can always go back in and, yeah, see, this one's having a little hard time sticking to that texture paste. That's okay if it doesn't. Let's see if I can get this part off. I got a piece sticking to my finger. Yeah, this piece does not want to come off for some reason. Oh well, no biggie. Oop, this piece didn't come off either. Let's see if I can get it. Nope, it doesn't want to. See, that stuff stayed on. So, easy solution for that. Grab a pen and just pretend that part came off, just like that. You can just pen it in, no biggie. Let's move that. Okay. Okay, and then this part is off the page, so I'm gonna pull that part off. Okay, and then this one, I think I'm gonna put down here. We'll see how this one comes off. So let's see. Right about there to there for now. Hopefully this will come off very easily. Looks like it is. But yeah, between my schedule, trying to get dinner done, trying to get laundry done, you know, the stuff I need to get done during the day, and then my work as well, and answering phone calls and doing videos, and so many other things. And then I've got a lot of friends who've been sick lately, so I've been trying to help them out as much as possible. And yeah, it's been a very, very, very busy couple months, but you know, I'm not complaining because I'd rather it be busy than not busy. Okay, I'm gonna have this one come right over onto this page. I'm sure many of y'all can relate. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. Look at what these rub-ons do, y'all. It just adds so much to the page. I love it. Okay, and then this one we are gonna put over on this side because we just gotta add more. I just love these rub-ons. I just love what they do. If you don't have these, again, you can print something like this out on sticker paper. Let's make sure it's on the page. You can print something like this out on like clear sticker paper and just stick it, you know. You can look for stickers, clear stickers like this. I just have so many of these rub-ons, these transfer images. I have like a whole file folder of this stuff, and I just love these. I have so much fun. You don't even have to think, you know, you just kind of rub and you peel, and it's like the big reveal. I always love the big reveal. Anytime I'm using stencils or these rub-ons or whatever, it's like, ooh, what's gonna come out? How's it gonna look? It's kind of like, you know, the excitement. I call it the big reveal all the time. It's like, well, how's it gonna look? Oh, I'm on the texture paste right there. Make sure I get all these little dots. Otherwise, I won't look right if all the dots are missing. And it looks like this flower might be having an issue. We'll have to see. Looks like, yep. A couple of these flowers are having an issue. I'm in the texture paste right now, and I'm having all these ridges and stuff. So let's see. Okay, I'm missing a lot of these dots right here. Let's make sure I got them all. Oop, I'm missing a bunch of dots over here. That's why I like this. If you can always go back in and just rub some more. So just kind of peel it away little by little, and you can kind of see where you're missing some areas. Missing all these dots over here. That's good enough. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Beautiful. Okay. So let's see, we can put that to the side. So we got our poem here. So we want to tip this in. So I have this washi tape that I thought would go perfectly with this. It's kind of got the different pinks and faded in and out, and it's got even some stenciling on it. So I thought that would look really good. And I have this ink, like this purplish ink. So I was thinking of just kind of inking this up a little. So how I did this side is I have this big punch, and you just feed your paper through the punch and punch it out as you go. Punch, 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 and it comes out like this. You get an edge. So if you have any of these big punches, that's how you can get this little edging. You just put your paper in like this, line it up, and it punches out like that. So that's how I did that. And I'm just going to ink up some purple, some pink, just the edges, so it kind of sticks out a little bit from the paper. Okay, and then I'm gonna do some pinks as well. So I have this, let's see, this one. So again, I'm just combining the purples and pinks just like on the page. see, that'll give the edge just a little bit of, I don't know, dimension, or what's the word? It'll make it stand out a little bit more from the page right there. I think I'm gonna put it in right up here. Oh yeah, with the flowers right there, that'll be pretty. Okay, so let me move this real quick, and I'm gonna put the washi tape along the side. The easiest way to do this that I've found is just kind of line it up like that, put your finger down, and then grab your scissors and cut it. So you have half your washi tape hanging off and half of it on, if it's straight and even, which I don't think I did. Okay, and then you want to cut the edges because you want to make it flush from the edge, because when you flip it, if that part's sticking to the page, it'll be harder to flip over, if that makes sense. So you want to cut your washi tape flush with the edge of whatever sheet it is that you're tipping in. Okay, look how pretty that is. And then this is going to go right up here. So we're gonna kind of shove that into the crease. I got a piece of hair right there. Y'all, my hair is always everywhere. It's either my hair or brush hair, I don't know. And then I'm going to hold that down. And look at that. Let me move all this. Make sure I'm in camera for y'all. Okay. And then this will flip over like that. You can read all the verses. Look at that. Ooh, I love that. Okay, and then the last, well, not the last thing, almost the last thing, I have these raised stickers. I don't know if you can see them. They're like foam stickers, and they're a little raised. You can see that. And I'm just gonna write trusting across the bottom here. I think I'm gonna, let's see, you should be able to see it on that. Yep, more hair. I think these are brush hairs. So this is raised foam stickers. So I am trusting in the Lord, just trusting him with everything. T-R-U-S-T, right? Trying to spell and talk and do all this at the same time. I N G. T-R-U-S-T-I-N-G. Yes. And I'm going to do these little dots, these little teeny dots, like dot, 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 like I'm trusting. I'm trusting in God for what? For everything. Whoops, it's sticking to me, y'all. I'm trusting him for it all. So that's why I'm doing dot, dot, dot. I'm just trusting. Here's a dot here. What is this called? The ellipsis, or I think that's what that's called. I'm probably totally wrong. I'm an author and I have no idea. Okay, that's why I do research and look things up. Okay, so, oh, and then I had this ribbon that I thought would be really pretty. Maybe just cutting a couple pieces off, because I love, it kind of matches these. I could do like a little, I don't know. I don't think I want to do, I think I'm just gonna have it sticking up. So I think I'm gonna just cut that on the bias there and cut this across down there. And maybe just kind of staple it to the page, perhaps, as a little, Yeah, let me grab my stapler. Got my little Tim Holtz. These are called the tiny attachers. Gives like a little mini baby. I don't know if y'all can see that mini baby staple. And so I'm going to just kind of staple this right there. I might do something here, maybe another rub-on. I don't know. I might leave it. And this tiny attacher like goes in pretty far, which I like. And just like that, just staple it to the page. And then when you close your Bible, you have another little thing sticking out of the top. And there we go. I am trusting God in everything. So let me pull this up, y'all. And this is a little tip in, so you can flip it and read the verses. Flip it here. So let me flip this here. You can see the background. You can see the texture paste. And when you rub your hands over it, you feel like the little raised section. So right here as well, right here. And then this flips there. And then you have this side. There's the top. And then you've got the raised little foam. You can see that stickers. I think I did it straight. It's a little wonky, but yeah. And then these are the rub-ons. I love using these rub-ons. I'm gonna use those way more often. I just love it. I love the contrast between the pink, the purples, and then the black. I just love that. It's a really cool contrast. And this washi tape just kind of blends right in too. So anyways, ooh, it turned out way better than I was expecting. Again, I never know how things are gonna turn out, but you know, it's just the fun of creating. But y'all, I hope that if you do have trust issues or you don't know if you can trust God, pray about it and just be like, Lord, show me ways that I can trust you. Show me big ways, little ways, you know, comfort my spirit, do whatever it takes to show that I can trust you, because God is a God that is fully trustworthy. And just know that you can put all your trust in him and he'll never, ever disappoint you. Unlike people on earth and humans and circumstances and other things that maybe we perhaps put our trust in, God never, ever lets us down. So thank y'all so much for joining me. Have a very blessed day, and I hope that your trust builds every day for the Lord. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.